Hello, I'm User Friendly's assistant, and I was just playing around with Ableton a minute ago and found this interesting thing with two shifters. So I thought I would make a video so you can see what I did and you can try it yourself because it's pretty cool. So I just have an operator here and then a single MIDI note, basically just so it'll keep playing forever. And then I'm going to put the operator in loop mode. So this envelope is just going to loop over and over again. Sounds like this. And I'm going to add a drum bus for good measure. And I'm also going to add a shifter. And that's where the majority of this glitchy sound is going to come from, is the shifter. I'm going to put the first one in ring mode, and the second one I'm going to leave it in the normal pitch mode. And then I'm going to turn the delay on and put them both as time-based. So that's the basic idea of the sound. From there, I'm going to group everything together, and then I'm going to assign the course to the same macro, and then the delay time as well as the decay for the envelope to the same macro. Now, with this looping envelope, you can see if we go as short as it possibly can, it basically just turns into an oscillator. And then if we, leave it like that, it's going to go on for nearly a minute, or it will be a minute. So I'm hitting this little map button here, and I'm just going to adjust a few things. The first thing I'm going to do is flip the semitones for the second shifter. So now when this one goes high, the second shifter is going to go back down or down. And then if it goes low, the shifter is going to go high. So they're basically just going back and forth, the opposite direction of each other. For the delay, if you leave it up at 8 seconds, it can end up sort of just shutting off because you're waiting 8 seconds for the next sound to come through. So I'm going to put those down. No, not that. This and this at around 500. And then like I was talking about for the decay, this envelope here, if you leave it alone, it'll go on for, nearly a minute. So I'm going to put it a second and see what that sounds like. Then the first shifter and the second shifter. So just a really quick way to sort of get a bunch of interesting textures. It might be a little difficult to use this, just as it is by itself, just because, you kind of have to go in and do all this automation and things like that. So it might be worth it to play around with it a little bit, just sort of see what you like. You could add a couple different oscillators, or you could just, even use a different instrument completely, like wavetable or whatever else, but just play around with it and then add a track, go to resampling, and then you can just sort of record in some of these weird sounds. All right. Now you have this cool sample. Add a MIDI track. I'm just going to drag this down here. Put it in slice mode. So now you just have a bunch of samples. You can sort of this sort of thing is a great way to kind of get started, because now you have kind of an interesting bass that you can change up and, you know, sort of explore really quickly to have as sort of like a backing track for, you know, your drum loop or bass line or whatever you want to add to it. And slowing it down or dropping the pitch quite a bit, and then adding something like roar or compressor to sort of bring that. Yeah, like there you can already sort of hear kind of an interesting groove. So just add. Might even duplicate this and do yeah. And like right there, I was kind of starting to lock in a little bit like, oh, I could work on this for quite a while. But that's not what this video is. It was this part. So a couple of shifters, operator, run stuff through it and record it. That's it.